Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. Lying dad finds out where I live and attempts to give my apartment to his random friends without my knowledge. For context, I am a 25-year-old female, and my parents are crazy. So crazy that it's at the point where the majority of my family and I had to cut them off. For me personally, my dad completely, and my mom calls on occasion. My mom tries to overstep often though, by inviting my dad to family events he's specifically not invited to. He tries to steer every conversation in attempts to talk about himself, and he enjoys arguing with people and threatening people. And she purposely does this, knowing he'll cause an argument, and she seems to get joy out of it. So, needless to say, sane people don't want these sadistic narcissists in their lives. My dad is so delusional and narcissistic to the point where he believes he's famous and claims that everyone runs up to him for pictures and that someone he knows is making a movie about him. No one has ever seen this quote-unquote fame, and it's a running joke. People laugh at him. He's lost all of his friends due to his poor behavior, such as arguments, belittling, non-stop phone calls, and harassment. He has threatened my life because I wouldn't give him my personal info so that he could take out loans in my name. But on to the story. I have an apartment and it is fully mine. I pay all the bills, and I didn't give my father my address for obvious reasons. However, from what I've been told, he has apparently told people that he has an apartment, mine, and that he lets his daughter, me, graciously live in it. He likes to pretend to be a big shot, so I guess he told some people who needed a place to live that they could stay at this supposed spare apartment instead of me. He got my address somehow, I assume from my mom, due to the fact that no one I know speaks to him, and one day I get a call from my apartment building manager saying that there are some people at the gate stating that they're here to move into my unit. She sounded very confused, and obviously I was too. So I go out to meet these said guests. As there was much confusion, I see these three people, three random older men that were very sketchy looking. I ask, what's going on? Who are you? My building manager stayed because she wanted to know what was going on and wanted to help sort it out. And I'm so glad she did, because like I said, these men looked very precarious. The three men proceed to tell me that they're moving into their new place, we're here for keys, and you're his daughter, right? He said you'd be out by the time we got here, and that the keys would be at the front desk. I sarcastically looked around and said, do you see a front desk? There isn't one. I asked to see the address. Maybe they're at the wrong building? Nope, they had my address. So the guy says, your dad said he kicked you out because you're a freeloader, and that he had you leave the keys at the non-existent front desk. I'm very noticeably confused, and by this point, they're trying to call him to sort it out, but he doesn't answer. So I explain to them as clearly as I can, I don't know how you or he got this address, but I haven't spoken to my father in a year, and I don't know how I'm freeloading or whatever it is he told you, because this is my place, not his. He's never even been here. I don't know what's going on, but y'all need to figure it out with him, and there's no place for you here. Sorry. They then try to get me to call him. I say no, because calling won't change anything. This is my place, no one is moving in, and this isn't my problem. By the way, they didn't seem threatening at all. Just three rough around the edges guys that needed a place to live, and I did feel bad for them. One guy finally gets a hold of my dad, and I can hear my dad telling him that that she's lying and ask her to show you the lease. At this point, everyone is looking at each other with puzzled looks, and the guys look embarrassed, almost as though they collectively realized that my dad is mentally unstable and that he was the one lying, which, thank the Lord, because it could have gone really bad if they believed him instead of me. My manager stepped in at this time. She told the men that I'm the only one on the lease, that she's never heard of this man claiming to be the actual leaseholder, and that they will have to leave and sort it out amongst themselves. I will say, despite them looking sketchy initially, they were as calm as could be in their odd situation, because in all honesty, the only fault they had was briefly believing my dad, and them thinking they were moving into an apartment for free. If something is too good to be true, it probably is. Anyway, after apologizing and before leaving, I asked them what was it exactly that my father told them. One of the men said that he told them that he had a spot for them to move into, all furnished and paid for the rest of the year, that he had kicked his daughter out because she's freeloading, but claimed he couldn't get out of the lease and needed someone else to occupy the apartment until the lease was up, almost as though they'd be house sitting for him. I replied that I don't know why or what made him do this, and that they should be very cautious of him in the future. He's a chronic liar, and if they choose to stay friends with him, then that's up to them. But I can assure them that this isn't the one and only time that he'll be deceitful. They apologized again and left. I don't know what my dad thought would happen, but like I said, he's delusional, and he probably genuinely thought that all he was saying was true. Or maybe he assumed there was a front desk, and whoever was at the front desk would just magically let 3 people in, and I'd have no say? I don't know. It's all so crazy that I can't even attempt to understand it. And there's no use in trying to understand. Also, I told my manager thanks, and if anyone ever comes when I'm not home, please give me a call or call the police. Yeah, I don't even think this is narcissism at this point. This is severe mental illness. There are some comments that I wanted to read for you guys. A slight continuation of the story where OP tells mother what happened, and her response is concerning. I'd be tempted to tell your mom that you've decided to move again because you feel unsafe due to random men showing up to move in, and that she's no longer entitled to your address as she can't be trusted with it. Maybe open a P.O. box. I've done this. I called her to ask, why did she give my address? She just laughed, and I told her the story. She said, he already called to tell me you'd lie. I was upset and said that it's stupid to think that I'm lying and not him. Because if this was a lie I told, theoretically, he shouldn't know anything, right? He doesn't have my address, right? She got all upset because she knew I was right, but told me to call him to say sorry. I asked, for what? She said because I embarrassed him, and just started making excuses. I told her, well, I'm packing anyways. I'm moving to random city. I don't know if she believed me, but I tried, and that's the last time I've spoken to her. Your mom is just as bad as your dad. You need to go no contact with both of them for your own safety. Her mother is worse. She enables the father's poor behavior for her own entertainment. Actually, yeah, you're right. Mother is just as, if not more psychotic, for encouraging that behavior in the father just to see how far it can go. Mother might be a sociopath who has driven the father to this point due to severe gaslighting for years and years. Or maybe they are both really just insane. I agree. They are both severely mentally ill and need help. I suggest for OP to stay far away from both of them. These types of delusions have the potential to be very dangerous, and if OP continues to be in contact with her mother, she could be the next person on a true crime story. And I'm not even trying to be dramatic. I have very strong feelings of these parents being capable of deadly harm. The mother seems to get joy out of other people's pain, fine. And who's to say she won't ever take it a step further? So, OP, please tread carefully with your parents. Please go no contact. And please get therapy. Because I have no doubt that being raised by these people was traumatizing. And please move to an undisclosed location. This all just does not sit right with me. Ugh. But anyways, that is all for me today. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!